stuff lately.
Hmm.
Uh,
Well, we're
it's
recording,
like
so it'll
that.
go for as long as it goes, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, no, um, it's the run up to Thanksgiving break. So,
Yeah, turkey. I have to wait for a month for turkey, sadly.
yeah, this upcoming week is the last week before I get a week off, which I'm very excited for.
Okay, American school terms are fucking weird, man.
Thanksgiving break is a week of me not having to go to work, which is great.
Yeah, that's
And I,
wild.
and I still get paid. Hell yeah.
Okay.
So, looking forward to that. Um, you know, all sorts of stuff happening. Oh yeah, it was my brother's birthday.
Yeah.
So he came over and drove over and visited and we all gave him stuff. I bought him this nice chair. And my parents got him a desk and also like I got him a video game. They got him a Switch Pro controller. He got the gaming room set up because he has his own apartment and he doesn't have a lot of furniture for it still.
Yeah, did he drive over in like a truck or a U-Haul or something? Like you gave him furniture.
Yes, it was not put together. It was compacted so he could fit it in his car.
Okay.
He'll have to put it together. He'll deal with that, not me. Um, but yeah, no, it was good. He came over, we hung out, um, went to this little Mexican restaurant that's hidden away called La Popular, and
An ironic name,
had a,
presumably.
oh, it is considering it is like literally one of the most hidden places. Um, I got myself like a short rib enchilada, and then shrimp taco, and then there was like I want to say it was like a ribeye taco as well, something like that. It was good,
Hmm.
and then we had a great time with it. Um, so yeah, that was fun. Uh, so I mentioned before how I've been playing. I mentioned I was excited to play. Um, and I started the Hyrule Warriors Tears of the Kingdom thing, which is Age of Imprisonment. That thing.
Okay.
Um, because that's a prequel to um Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and has a ton of story and cutscenes and is really, really packed with a lot of stuff that's really awesome. But I ended up getting distracted from it because I, on a whim, decided, hey, let me go a little bit back and open up this GameCube app on my Switch too and see if I can play an old GameCube game for a bit because I want to try something else. And
That
so
doesn't
then
that
I
doesn't
opened
speak
up.
highly of Hyrule Warriors. I'm just gonna say, but yes,
It speaks more to my ADHD, to be honest.
I don't know. Any time you're like, okay, I am playing this game. I would like to play something else now. It's usually not a good sign. Just saying, ADHD or not.
Yeah, no, there's a part of me that wants 100% that game, and the game has tons and tons of side battles, and I keep getting the side battles aren't very long, but at a point I'm like, let me go take a break from
Hmm.
the side battles. I don't have to do the side battles, but I feel like I need to, that sort of thing.
Completionism, yeah.
Yeah. Um, which is the same completionism that made me strongly dislike a lot of the Final Fantasy VII remake sequel thing, Rebirth.
those titles are really screwing them. Not great.
Yeah, not great. The last one is like Reunion or something, which is gonna make me want to die. Um,
Remake, but
Remerk,
whatever the second
re,
one is
re,
called.
re, re, Remerk,
Yeah.
Rebirth, Remake, Reunion, Remercune, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so
358
I
over
go,
2. Yeah.
yep, yep. So I go and I go to the GameCube app and I load up a little game called the Chibi Robo.
Okay.
And Chibi Robo is a game in which you are a 12 centimeter tall robot who lives in a house with a family, and your whole thing is, I'm gonna make everybody happy. And that takes many forms, whether it be helping out with like cleaning up or helping out with solving the various worries and issues that this family has, like the fact that the dad is out of work and keeps buying expensive toys, and that causes frictions with the mom who has to do all the housework while he just sits on the sofa and watches his favorite shows all day. And the daughter is wearing a frog head and keeps just saying ribbit all the time. Crazy. It's a really interesting game because there's a little bit of like, how do you platform maneuver through the area because you're so small, and you also have a limit in terms of your battery power. When you run out of battery power, you have to go make it to an outlet to recharge, or else you basically die and get sent back to your chibi house, your
Hmm.
little house thing. So, and you lose some money to it then in the process. So it's a lot of like careful strategy of, okay, I have this much power. Can I get here? How can I get here? How can I manage this? It's a little bit of a survival game with some platforming elements,
Hmm.
and it's really fun. And like also the toys in the house come alive when the humans aren't around, so you can talk to them, and they have their own storylines and quests and side stories. It's very involved.
Hmm.
And so I'm playing this game and I'm having a great time. I mean, the fact that like you get a little toothbrush which you can use to clean up like messy like stains and spills and stuff, and it plays like soothing music when you do it, and I'm like, oh, so this is why people like Power Wash Simulator. It's actually really fun to help out and clean up, and like this game is very relaxing. And I beat the game to completion because I was now hyper fixated on this game and I was like, I want to play this. I want to get this to the end credits here. And it has a lot going on. I kept being surprised of, oh hey, here's another new thing. Oh hey, here's another new thing. And I'm like, this is awesome.
Hmm.
Like this is a great time that I'm having with this. And this leads me to then be like, okay, I now get why this is a dead franchise. I understand entirely why it's a dead franchise.
Okay.
Because the next game, instead of being a survival platforming game with quest lines and having the sort of the human drama element and a bit of mystery and other things, instead of doing any of that, the next game puts Chibi Robo outside in a park where he has to sort of manage and revitalize a park.
Okay.
Which immediately sends up a lot of red flags because it doesn't do any of the things that the previous game did right, which then makes all of the flaws more and more apparent. And so as I'm start going down this rabbit hole of, okay, so they had a really good ideas, and it wasn't like the best review. It was like decently reviewed at launch. The
Hmm.
original game didn't do the greatest in sales, but still did well enough to get more games. Um, and so they decided to take a huge swift and turn and change and everything. And as a result, none of the other games look anything like the first game at all. Like there's technically five, but actually four games in the franchise. The last one is a side scroller platformer in which you have a a sort of like a hook shot zip line thing,
Okay, so
completely unrecognizable from the original.
basically what you're telling me is it wasn't broke, but they tried to fix it because it wasn't
Yes.
spectacular.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
shame.
They kept trying to fix it and change it and make it into something else, and as a result, it lost everything that made that first game actually really good. I think they could have doubled down on it by having, oh hey, here's a Chibi Robo with another family in a different house, a different layout, and maybe they expand it to go beyond just the house and maybe additional stuff, but having that element of that, like that human drama, but also some like mystery and hidden things. Like there's a lot of directions you can go with a franchise. They just went into one that was nothing like at all what anybody who played the first game liked.
That's a shame.
So they, yeah, so they lost their audience. They had an audience and they lost it to go try to get a bigger audience, and it didn't work out. I feel like I could make a video essay about this franchise, like the more I think about it,
Probably.
because I got invested. Um, but yeah, no, that was like my hyperfixation game, which is interesting. I would recommend the game. It is old though, so it has like, you know, not the greatest stuff in terms of like quality of life features, but I mean it still is really fun and really playable today, which says something. Um, Other than that, uh, been watching more of the stuff that I've been watching. Um, got nothing else to add on to anything like that. I mean, uh, Honkai Star Rail had their 3.7 patch. I don't know if I talked about that last time, but still reeling from that because that was a lot of good story, and um, I I'm so behind on ZZZ. Like
Hmm.
I just don't have time because Chibi Robo, new hyperfixation.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, you know, we're getting a super cool kung fu fighting giant robot lion man voiced by Chris Sabat next patch. So,
Who knows? Maybe Chris Sabat will bring me back. I don't know. Um, I've just been like I've been falling off pretty much all my main gotchas except for like the one that I'm clinging on to, which is kind of the downside of A, having a full-time job, and B, um, you know, the fact that I'm also like, oh, it's that guy. Oh, it looks so
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah. And then B was also just the fact that like I'm doing a lot of like walking and exercise and working out, which ends up being such that like I have even less free time because I'm now walking outside and I can try to play some gotchas while walking, but it's not very good for keeping a good pace. So I tend to listen to like just either music or podcasts or things. I've been watching a lot of like videos about health and stuff, so I'm getting more informed, I guess.
No.
Um, but I've also been watching about just stuff about like it. Okay, you know what? I think I mentioned this before, but something that gets me motivated to go working out is watching videos like discussing um like the worst possible health situations in terms of like obesity,
Mm.
like where it's like hey, here's all the struggles they have to go through. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go through those ever because there's no way I eat that much at all. But hearing about it makes me want to go work out.
Mm,
Like, it's entirely unrealistic that I'll ever get in this sort of situation.
mm.
But even so, I should go work out. It was raining today, so I had to go walk outside in the rain because I wanted to, and I wanted to walk, and I wasn't going to let the rain stop me. So I put on my jacket, went out there, had a nice time. Got to see a lot of areas that I know more flooded, and enjoy the beauty of nature, and it makes me happy.
That's cool. I mean, it does kind of risk getting a little sick if you keep doing that on a regular basis. So I would recommend, like, hey, doesn't always have to be walking. Could just do like a simple in-home workout, and that'd probably be fine. Just like sit-ups,
I
push-ups,
can.
and all that stuff.
I only did it today because it was a light rain.
Yeah,
When it's a
just
really
spitting
heavy
it.
rain, yeah, when it's a really heavy rain, I'm just not gonna go out there because that's bad.
Yeah, even after what I just said, I do admit that I kind of like it when it's spitting.
Hmm.
The only downside of like that kind of rain is knowing at any moment it can decide, hey, I want to just go fuck yourself, kind of thing. It's like just sort of teetering on the edge.
Yeah, I was checking the weather forecast, and it was like, okay, so it's a light rain that's gonna let up for like a few hours, and then it's coming back hard. So it's like, so if I go out now, I'll enjoy the light rain without it coming down hard because it'll be on its way out. So I did sort of time it there.
I
And I
admit
kept,
I am looking forward to next month and hoping for snow, and I will just have a nice, pleasant walk in the snow because I miss doing that.
um, yeah, I live in California,
Yeah,
so
you're
the
not getting
chances
that
of me
shit.
getting now, to be fair, I live in Northern California where we are more likely to get it. Because it is significantly colder up here. But usually it's not a lot, if any at all. Like
Yeah,
you get the barest like tickling of snow.
yeah. By
If you really want
significantly
snow,
colder, what you mean is it rains sometimes.
we're not in a desert.
Yeah,
It's what I mean. Um, we get rain and sometimes hail, but snow is one of those things that's hard to come by. When I lived in Texas, we had snow more often, way more often. And so we'll be hoping the best for that. If you really want snow over where I live, what the best thing to do is to go up to the mountains where there's tons of it. Because I live right up near some good old mountains where I can just go drive up that treacherous thin mountain pass to get straight over to where there's all those like ski resorts and like snowboarding and skiing and everything. It's not even that far away. So don't think I'm gonna be doing that anytime soon. Though I will be doing that when we go for our field trip. We go kind of up towards the mountains in January. So not exactly going to be snow necessarily, but it will be cold. So there's that. Um, Other than all that, my health itself is actually still doing well. I'm down to a new lowest, um, which is 221.0. I'm right on the cusp of 220. And I've been told before, hey, your body remembers like different states that it's been in. And so I'm currently in a state that I've been in for long periods of time in the past. If I break through this, I can start to, you know, lose a lot more. So we'll notice.
yeah,
I don't feel that weight. Like I honestly I feel and look like I'm 20 pounds lighter than that weight,
yeah. I want to be
which
honest.
is yeah.
Since I started actually paying attention to like salt intake, I think I talked about this last time, and
Mm,
possibly the time before. I feel so much fucking better.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like, everyone talks about fat all the fucking time and sugar and all that shit. Salt is so fucking important, and it does not get talked about enough. I know it gets talked about sometimes, but it's so important to watch that in particular as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, fucking trying to sleep, and I just sort of, my heart would be pounding, and I could hear it in my ears and all that sort of stuff. That's really fucking bad. But, like, recent, like, days and week or so, it's just sort of, like, normal again. It feels normal. And I didn't realize how not normal it was until I returned to normal, kind of thing.
Well, hey, that's good.
So, yeah, not so pro tip. Let's call it a not stupid tip. No longer stupid tip. There we go. That's the one. Workshopped it. Nailed it. Uh, yeah. Keep an eye on salt. Like, I remember, like, like a lot of processed, like frozen and refrigerated foods and stuff. Like these burgers that I have. Well, there were bigger ones that I have had in the past, and it was like, okay, these aren't that filling, so I will have 2 of them and call that a meal. And that was pretty, semi-regular, like once every couple weeks maybe, with a fridge refill. And I looked at the salt content of those burgers about a week ago, and yeah, one of those is the maximum recommended daily salt intake. One of them. Of which I would have 2, as well as any other meals that I would have that day.
Dang.
So yeah,
That's
a thing to keep an eye on.
okay.
You don't think about it until you need to think about it.
And making sure you're drinking lots of water, obviously.
Yep.
Because, especially when you have those salty foods, your body's going to retain a lot of that water.
Yep.
So the only way to make it release that water is to drink even more water, because then you'll be like, oh, no, you're fine.
Yep.
Which is, if you're not aware, it's tough to manage or deal with.
Yeah, I think I've mentioned this before, but I'm not entirely sure. But like, yeah, over time, as you get older, your body stops telling you when you're thirsty, or something along those lines. So yeah, just have water around, or a drink, whatever, next to you.
Specifically, water is really good, because if you're just drinking a lot of sodas, they're just going to make you more thirsty.
Yeah, I haven't had soda in fucking years. Yeah.
Good.
That was a choice that I made at some point when I started feeling extra shitty, and I was like, oh, it's probably all of the sugar in these sodas and or fucking fake sugar in these sodas. Yeah.
I drink a lot of...
in hindsight, it probably wasn't, but oh well.
probably contributed at least, but...
I suppose, but not. I promise, not as much as the salt did.
Yeah. I drink a lot of flavored waters and stuff, so...
Yeah, I have, fucking energy drink in the morning, in twice the water, portion, so, like, just sort of halfway diluted. And then usually about a liter of orange or apple and blackcurrant squash, and then another liter of that if I am, like, for some reason still thirsty and still going for the day. And that's pretty much it for my day. It's surprisingly healthy over the past couple of months. Just sort of like, yeah, it's not,
Yes.
like, nothing wrong with that. Also, flavored water is probably overpriced for what you do. Consider squash. Like, it is flavored water, but it actually has fruit in it. So, just saying.
Um, well, I have right here a sort of off-brand vitamin water. I say off-brand because it's the store brand, which means it's cheaper.
Yeah.
And um, I know for a fact that this store brand gets their stuff from the same factories and plants and things where they make the on brand, but they just do it on their own brand and then make it cheaper. So
Yeah,
it's
I mean, water's
virtually,
water.
yeah. So it's virtually the same thing. It's just less money.
Yeah. I was more saying, like, the fruit squash is like, uh, I don't know what term you guys would have for it. I don't know whether it's a different one of just like
Squash the fruit.
concentrated fruit drink that you then dilute in water.
Yeah. Fruit juice.
I mean, fruit juices, whatever. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Um. Well, I don't really buy these drinks because I still live with my parents and they buy it, so then I drink it.
That's fair.
So that's my superpower. That and then I also when I go to work, I'll take like little like flavor packets that I mix in with my water that don't add much in terms of like calories, but make it taste good. So
Yeah, that. I'll be honest. That was a thing that I was like looking for on my, you know, grocery supermarket website thing shop, and I was like, okay, uh, I don't want to buy flavored water, but maybe if I could just like get, a flavor sort of burst kind of thing, just sort of a thing that I could put in water and just drink water, that'd be cool. And then I'm looking for it on this site for like a good 10, 15 minutes. And then I remember, wait, squash is a thing. I could just buy an orange squash, and that is orange flavored water. And that's all I need. And it isn't the stupid overpriced flavoring thing. Instead, it's literally just concentrated fruit juice.
I mean, hey,
I felt
whatever
so
works.
stupid. I felt so stupid. This is American culture just kind of just drilling into my brain and making me forget things that I have known since I was a child. Ugh.
Well, whatever works, whatever works. I've been it's good. It's good that we've both been like physically doing pretty okay.
Yeah.
That's good. I am gonna be continuing to work out. I did like bench press this morning and did a little bit of weights, and then I was like, okay, I need to go take a nap.
Fair enough.
And then I took a nap for 3 hours. So, yeah. Other things. That's video game news. There's world news. There's news all over the place.
Yeah. Um. Video game news in this case is also kind of world news. A little bit. A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That. Oh, Valve are taking a big swing.
Yep.
Oh boy. Okay. So, for the people who are maybe not aware, which would be surprising, but let's just fucking go with it anyway. Valve made an announcement basically on a random fucking Tuesday or something. I can't remember what day it was, but it was just out of the blue. It's just here. With a trailer for 3 new hardware products that they are releasing next year. Early next year, mind you. reminder that we are at the very tail end of this year, so that's kind of way closer than we think it is. But they are releasing a new Steam controller. Now, as someone who actually purchased the original Steam controller back in the day, and I did a review of it on the channel, don't go look it up, it was really shit. But, because I had no idea what I was doing, but, whatever. But my opinion of the Steam controller was it was pretty neat, but not something I would use over a regular controller, because the thing that they did was to use a trackpad as opposed to a right analog stick. Now, for a controller design control scheme, that is kind of worse than just using a regular right analog stick. Not by much. It was actually a very effective method, but it didn't feel as comfortable as using right analog stick. On the other hand, it did let you play literally any game on PC, whether it had controller support or not. You could play it with controller, and that worked. That was a very novel idea, and it was very well implemented. The difficulty was, as I said, for controller games, it wasn't as good as a regular controller. As a standard 2 analog stick, D-pad, 4 face button, 4 shoulder button controller. So what they've done now is basically they put fucking everything into it. It has magnetic thumbsticks, so that will basically solve stick drift. Nintendo. This is a known technology that has existed for decades. They could have done this at any time and they didn't. Just saying.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, magnetic thumbsticks. Same face buttons, shoulder buttons. It's got... I don't know how to describe them, but the fucking bottom of the controller are the points. Those also have programmable buttons on them. And it has...
Yeah, the grips.
Yes, grip buttons, yes. And it has 2 trackpads. One on either side. So basically, they have decided, okay, this controller can do everything, and it's going to do it well. Here is your perfect controller. I say that without having had it in my hands. So, take that for what it's worth, which is, not having held it, but feature-wise, it is very complete.
Mm-hmm.
I am getting one of those fucking controllers. It's what I'm saying. I am purchasing one of those controllers, and I have it wish listed already. There we go. That fucking word.
It looks great.
Yeah. The second thing they announced is the thing that might cause problems for them and everybody. And that is the Steam Machine, or the Gabe Cube, as everyone has decided to call it, because, of course, they have. It is a perfect name.
It is perfect. I love the Gabe Cube.
So, in terms of hardware, it is a fairly capable PC. It's not incredibly high spec, it's not cutting edge by any means. It is... I've heard that it's about on par with the current PS5 and Xbox Series whatever the fuck they're calling it. Which, fair enough, that is current gen, and it's a PC. Most PC players actually play on something worse than that, as it happens.
Mm.
So, for most PC players, it's probably an upgrade. It's got most of the bells and whistles that you would expect a PC to have. It does not have a disk drive because it's almost a specialized machine if you do get one with a disk drive at this point. It has a 512 gig or 2 terabyte SSD NVMe drive, and expandable storage through SD card slots. Or one slot, rather. But, that is pretty expansive storage options at this point, because SD cards can be pretty fucking big. Now, that's all nice, and it's kind of basically what they did before. When they originally came out with Steam machines back in the day. I think it was like 2015? It might have been later than that, I can't quite remember. It's just a capable PC, a very small one, but you can get smaller PCs now. Micro PCs are a thing. Thing is, it comes with Steam OS. Now, that is also the same as back in the day when they released the Steam machines, I believe. I believe those also had Steam OS, but at the time, Steam OS was new when they first came out. That was their attempt to do this a decade ago when it was far, far too early for them to try. Because Steam OS runs on Linux, which is not a particularly widely supported platform, operating system. That is why when Valve went with the Steam Deck and tried to increase support for Linux and Steam OS through developers and partnering with them and helping them get it work on their system, they also had a new feature called, I believe it's called Proton, which is a custom suite for basically emulating a Windows operating system as far as getting a program to run. Which means almost any game will run on SteamOS at this point. Almost. There are a couple of exceptions, like Fortnite is one. I think Call of Duty, the newer ones, don't work on it. Basically, the games that have really invasive anti-cheat will not work on it. Like the ones that want kernel level access, that kind of shit. So, those are big games, I will grant, but they are also very few games. So, because SteamOS can run basically any game, it is a viable option as far as console options go. That's fantastic for them. And most publishers, basically everyone except Nintendo, puts all their games on PC anyway. So, they have the library of every console except Nintendo. Here's the fun thing, though. Because, as a PC console, that's fair enough. That is a market that they are trying to get into. As a console PC, on the other hand, that has potential to rock the boat maybe more than they intend. Because there's this fun thing going on where everyone's starting to get really pissed off at Windows. Like, you have the mandated update to Windows 11, stopping support of Windows 10, when some PCs straight up can't make that jump because they have system requirements for Windows 11 that are actually surprisingly high because they want to put in all of that fucking AI bullshit. So that's a problem. And, like, right as this is happening, right as people are getting kind of fed up with Microsoft's bullshit, you have this new PC coming along, and it has a different operating system, a very lean operating system that doesn't have a lot of like extraneous bullshit that no one wants in it, and it can run just about any video game except the really stupid and evasive ones. Huh. And it can also run just about any Windows program can because of the emulation. Huh. Isn't that interesting?
It is quite interesting.
So, yeah. Valve are targeting a sort of console hybrid position, but they're also maybe accidentally targeting a PC hybrid situation. And I'm pretty sure they're aware of this because they have mentioned in like marketing material, hey, we don't want to price this like a console, we want to price this like a PC, because if we make this thing too cheap, businesses are going to order 1,000 of them, wipe out our stock, and just use them as business computers.
That's funny. That
I mean,
yeah.
think like I said, Windows are trying to force people to upgrade to Windows 11, and a lot of computers can't do that. So every business that has a Windows-based operating system for all of their machines, like hundreds of machines that are definitely not up to spec to get Windows 11, they'll be looking at other options. And if there is a super cheap computer on the market that has a nice lean OS that they don't have to deal with Microsoft for, and it can just fucking work, oh yeah, they would jump on that. So yeah, that's... So I'm getting a Steam machine is the moral of the story. It's not a massive upgrade for me, but it is an upgrade. By the specs, at least. We'll have to see how it actually runs when people get their hands on it and start using it. But yeah, and it. I said people are starting to get pissed off with Windows. I was not speaking from like third-hand accounts. That is not a third-hand account. That is a first-hand account. That is Windows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Looks really impressive. Genuinely, like I'm excited to see what comes of this, really, and like the broader scope of how this affects consoles going forward as well. You know,
Microsoft is saying they're coming out with a new generation console, and I don't know what it could possibly be to make it worth it for anyone. Not even just from a game standpoint, but from a technology standpoint. Those consoles are like the 40 series and Nvidia spec, and we're only one generation ahead of that in terms of graphics cards. It's not that big a leap. Unless they are working with Nvidia for like, I don't know, a generation ahead of graphics cards that they can actually make Xbox like worthwhile in that regard. But even then, like, developers are getting fatigued with having to play catch up with technology all the time as well, because it's just a massive monetary like waste to constantly chase the next generation of graphics, where they have to do like model every pore on someone's face and like fucking have realistic nose hair growth. Like, what the fuck are we doing? It's hyperbole, but it's far less hyperbole than it should be. So it's like,
yeah,
who fucking cares at this point? So, you know, it is a very good time to have a reasonably powerful machine that will just fucking work and work with everyone's library.
it is nice to have something that is like a good option for, you know, PC gaming like that.
Mm.
And I think that we've reached a point with technology where it's just kind of like there's only so many extra polygons you can start to add before you start like just stop noticing a difference,
Yep.
right?
I would say we reached that point a while ago.
Yeah,
Like you
we've reached it a while ago.
like Valve are like, hey, this will run in 4K, and I'm like, I don't care if it works in 4K. Like, I literally can't see the difference. 2K, fine, or like, 1080p, that is also fine. I can see that. I can't see more than that. My eyes are shit, granted, but there are a lot of arguments of whether 4K is even worth it.
It
So,
becomes really difficult because, like after 4K, the next noticeable difference is so far off that it's like not even worth it.
yeah, like 8K exists, and from everything I've heard, it's literally nothing. You can't see the difference
No,
because
you
it's so
cannot.
fine at this point. Like, what? No, it's nothing.
So, like, now it just comes down to how does it run? You know,
Yep.
can I play game on it?
Yeah.
Okay, then we're good.
Yeah. Like I say, SteamOS is a functional and lean operating system, so it doesn't have to do a lot. Steam Deck runs SteamOS, and that is part of how they managed to get Steam Deck certified on so many games that you wouldn't really expect them to.
Hmm.
Like games that probably should be a little bit too uh, intense for a machine like that can just about manage, and that's so a machine that is actually decently beefy, like not massively but decently, running on a very lightweight operating system will get more performance than people expect, I imagine.
Yeah,
Because we will have to deal with fucking Windows for so long. Anyway,
yeah.
and then there was the
It's
third thing. Sorry.
yeah, the third thing. Go for it.
The third thing, the fucking VR, I don't give a shit. I can't use VR. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really care that much either. Um,
It looks interesting. I'm sure for people that actually like VR, it will be very useful. It's interesting to me that you can just use it as a fucking screen and just have it as a computer on your face, and that's fine. That's kind of neat, actually, but, don't know how explicitly useful that would be.
yeah. Um, I think that I have to see how everything shakes out when that's released. I do have an interest in VR. It's just that every last experience I've had with a VR headset has been suboptimal.
Hmm.
Either, oh, hey, I'm now tangled in cords, or oh, hey, I have to. The last thing was the Oculus, which was like, hey, you need to make a Facebook account to use this. And I'm like, ew.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
This one solves those two problems, at least, in that it is
I
entirely wireless and, you know, you have a
and I
Steam
as my
account.
Steam account. Yeah, so the only other thing that would be an issue is, see, it's the heating, because that VR headset usually gets very hot when it's on your face for a long period of time.
Hmm.
So depending on how that goes, we'll see. Also, the motion sickness is another thing.
Hmm.
Heating and motion sickness. Solve those two
They
issues, I'm in.
they have said that they are doing something interesting in hopes of combating motion sickness, which is as you're playing a game, the fringes of your vision, like the peripheral vision, that part of the screen will be less detailed and more blurry, which is how your actual eyes work, so might help with the motion sickness.
That is really good to hear because I've not been like following what they've been saying about this stuff because I literally have just been hearing about it from everywhere else except the direct source.
Yeah. Uh, I saw someone do some videos, and I can't remember who, but yeah. Well, there are quite a few videos on the subject now at this point that people can look into. And I kind of recommend they do. Like, you can listen to me talk about it, but I'm not exactly an expert. I am absolutely the target market for a product like this because I buy pre-built PCs because I don't know how to do that shit and I don't want to. So, my knowledge of this specific area is very limited. But yeah, look into it and like judge for yourself of what you think, whether it's going to be worthwhile or not. For me personally, yeah, pretty much is. I'm sick to death of Microsoft and their bullshit. My experiences with them earlier this year might be coloring my perception slightly, but I'm not exactly alone in my concerns and issues with that company as a whole in general. So,
Yeah, you are not alone. Just being able to get off that operating system is a big plus on its own.
Mm.
So, yeah,
I used
it's
to be a
interesting.
really big supporter of Microsoft back in the day. Like, I remember the 360 era. I remember when Apple was all over the fucking place and everyone was so obnoxious about getting the whatever the fuck. And it was like, this stuff is shit and it's all tightly curated and you're not allowed to customize anything. And like, why would I want to like get involved in that very strict and centralized ecosystem where I would never be able to escape it? And it's like, Microsoft had something similar. Like, not as severe, but it was definitely there. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not exactly going to say, oh, my eyes have been opened or anything bullshit like that, but like it's just kind of disappointing that a company that seemed to be doing the right thing generally and just mostly not being annoying about it. There were definitely moments. Windows Vista was a thing that happened. Like, I remember when it was okay to like buy their products and not worry about it. Now it's not because everything has to be AI. All the buzzwords, all the AI, large language models, and all the bollocks that no one actually cares
Of all,
about, but everyone's shoving down our fucking throats.
yeah, it's too much. Way too much.
Oh well,
I just want a thing that works, please.
yeah.
That's it.
Those products will fail, and they will get $100 billion bailout, and everything will go back to how it was.
Yeah, basically.
Anyway, this watchy stuff happened kind of. Fallout Season 2 trailer dropped.
Yeah, I'm
That
excited.
that looked pretty cool, if depressing.
I want to see how things are going in the TV version of New Vegas.
I mean, it's canon, so
I mean, you can say anything's canon if you try hard enough.
yeah. I mean, okay. I have seen this argument of like, hey, Bethesda are doing everything they can to kill all of the parts of the Fallout universe that they didn't make. I don't know, maybe. Is the story any good? Like, you can
Yeah,
talk about desecration of the thing that you liked, but I don't think that's sacrosanct. I don't think that needs to be preserved and forever kept on fucking laminated paper to never be touched by anyone else again. That's kind of lame. I'm the sake of mild spoilers for the first season of Fallout, I thought the fact that they destroyed Shady Sands was kind of cool. It was sad and
Yeah,
poignant of just like, yeah, nothing's really changed. This was the center of a civilization that was trying to make things better and they got fucking nuked anyway. I don't
I
know.
think that was yeah.
It's resonant with the themes. War never changes.
It is. So I am very excited about Death Claws being practical effects.
It's a brave choice. I will give him that. That's probably not an easy thing to do convincingly.
I love practical effects.
Yeah,
More practical effects, please.
yeah.
It is hard to be invested when it's run away from CGI monster.
Yeah, I can say that's a hard thing to make it look convincing, but CGI, it's almost never convincing. We're too used to it at this point. We can see the tells.
Yeah, I'd rather have, oh, hey, look, it's practical effects monster. And even if it ends up
This is
looking
actually
goofy,
a
it's still more
thing that they are
convincing.
running from and or towards.
Yes, exactly. And that already puts more stake in it. I CGI monster is it's too much. It's too often. It's all
Yeah.
the time.
It's
It's
easier to
why
find
like
CG artists than it is to find practical effects artists. That's just how it is nowadays.
when you look at the old like scary monster designs with the practical effects, and they always hold up way better than the ones with the CGI. Always.
I mean, in fairness, that is generational tech in the same way that video games were that we were talking about earlier. Like,
Hmm.
that is also a thing that has only become really, well, sort of. I mean, that is very much a conversation about degrees in terms of both the willingness to put in the money to make it convincing and the actual ability to make it convincing. Which is kind of an argument that you could also make with practical effects, only it's I don't know. It's a weird issue, and I don't really know that there is a perfect like silver bullet solution for any of this to make it always look good. It's
You
always just
can
what you've
have
got to work with.
practical and you can have practical and touch it up with CGI to make it look better, but yet still have the same weight and presence.
Hmm.
Like that is a thing that people have done, but you can't go full CGI all the time and expect it to come out great.
Yeah. Oh well. Uh, so Fallout's cool. Apparently, the first episode of the new Critical Role show has come out on YouTube, and you can just watch it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have time to watch a 4 hour episode. I don't have 4 hours of free time in a single
I
day.
meant the TV show, the animated show.
Oh, the TV show? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the doing Mighty Nine.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe I'll watch that. I,
Yeah.
I didn't watch the first season either, though, to be fair, because I don't know, like, just the idea of watching an animated version of something that I saw, like, in full length form, just it feels weird to me.
It was okay. I know people raved about it at the time, and I thought it was pretty good. Uh, I am less enthused about it as time goes on, by evidence of just how I reacted to Mighty Nine. And the fact that I have not finished watching season 3 yet. I was halfway through and stopped. And then things happened, and I became very cautious of having my payment information on any platform anywhere, like, say, for example, Amazon. Uh, so I have not gone back to finish watching it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's good.
Well,
And they're doing other
when
things. I mean, Dispatch is a fucking
yeah.
Critical Role production, so, you know.
Oh yeah, I might watch that. Well, when Critical Role was first coming out, and I was so like enamored by it, um, I would watch all the big episodes, and I would also like go through all of that, and it helped me when I was at work for like KFC because I would just put
Yep.
that on
4 hour
in my
podcast. Just
headphones.
fucking go.
Yeah, exactly, right? I can't do that in my current job. I
Well, you
can't have a
could, but
4 hour
you'd probably get
podcast.
fired.
I'd probably get fired, right? Um, which is kind of the downside, but it's also the fact that I'm playing a lot of D&D on my own,
Yeah,
and I like my stuff better
it's fair.
because I get to actually participate, you know?
Yeah. And also, the DM is now Brennan Lee Mulligan, and he's a twat, so, you know. That is completely unearned criticism. I just don't like looking at his face, and that is my problem, not his.
Well, the good news is it's if in the podcast form, you don't have to look at his face.
That's true.
Um, but yeah, no, like I'm DMing 2 games. I'm playing in like technically 2 others, though one's been on a long hiatus. So I'm fine.
Hmm.
I've been fine for a while.
Yeah. It was
Um,
fun, though. Back in the day.
yeah,
I do remember.
it was fun.
Lots of fun.
I I never finished Mighty Number Nine campaign.
Yeah, I stopped at episode 23, and that was just it. Couldn't be bothered.
I managed to make it past the boat arc, and they just they just lost me at some point.
I think the thing that lost me was, I mean, this is spoilers for a show that has been and gone for like fucking what, 8 years.
Hmm.
But I think it was like they had a guest on. I think it might have been Ashley Birch. I'm not sure, but like they had a guest come on and play a character, and that guest decided the bad things happened, and a character was kind of about to bite it, and the guest character was like, I, for reasons of that character's backstory, they were like, I don't know whether I would be able to help them, so can I roll a dice to say whether I would help them or not? And I was like, yeah, sure. And it came up bad, so they were like, yeah, no, my character is not helping. And that was how they lost a cast member for the first time in that campaign. I was like, wow, that sucks. Like, that actually just kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It feels like a super big waste. Thank you, guest player. That was... Wow, that was really fucking lame. And it's just like, yeah, okay. And that was kind of where I stopped watching.
There's a certain part where like when you're playing with people at a table, you can just kind of usually ignore that sort of thing. But when it's meant to be like a big show and production, then it becomes much harder to. And I think that's what really lost me was the now we're a big show and production, and they start to lose the hey, we're just a bunch of people playing D&D around a table, you know?
Yeah. Like, yeah. That, as like just a bunch of friends around the table, that is a story they are telling for themselves, and that's fair enough. If that character is like, if that player is like, yeah, my character probably wouldn't help them, they wouldn't help them, that's fine. It's just how that goes. It sucks. It's probably not going to make any friendship stronger, but it is what it is, and you're playing the character. But in terms of it being a show, it's a show, and I am invested in the characters that are at the table every week, and I am not invested in your character who is going to be gone next week. I don't give a shit how your character feels. I'm sorry.
I think that's actually just being a. I think that's just being a bad player, honestly. Because you can make reasons for basically anything.
Hmm.
My character would help in this instance because maybe the other characters nearby would care if I interact with this character, or maybe it's like I just don't want to see this character die.
Hmm.
For my own personal reason of a backstory reason, I can invent right now and add on to my character for that. You can justify anything
Yeah.
for like it's my character would do. It the I'm not going to save you because it's what my character would do is not a good play at all. Unless you're like deliberately playing an evil character who has a motivation to watch people die around them.
I'm trying to remember the circumstances. I think, and don't quote me on this because it's been fucking years, but I think the idea was they were fighting against someone who this guest player's character was traumatized by, and that enemy was like, hey, you don't want to cross me again, or something along those lines. And that was the motivation for I'm not going to cross them again. Which, as a as a guest character, as a character that is going to be gone next week, maybe that is a time to give your character their arc that they are not going to finish otherwise.
Yes, that
And be
would be
like,
the time to be like, I'm gonna not follow
I'm
that,
not
and
gonna
I'm
listen
gonna
to you. I'm going to be strong and get over my trauma because I don't have any more time to do it after this. This is kind of my moment, or I lose it.
yes, which then turns that into a defining moment for that character. It's just way better if you act than if you don't.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I get what they were trying to do, and they wanted to play the game, and they wanted to play their character as they would play their character, and that's. I can't really fault someone for that. I don't know whether she was an experienced player or not to know any of the pitfalls of playing the game and maybe irking some people, especially in a show, which is a different experience entirely to just playing a game privately. It's. I don't particularly blame them, but this was just the thing that got me to stop watching.
Yeah, I never started campaign 3 just because
Yeah.
I didn't really want to at all because it felt like everything I'd heard about campaign 3 was them rapidly starting to lose direction.
Yeah, that whole fucking one D&D thing was happening at the time, and they were like, "Hey, maybe we want to fucking abandon our rule set and just move on to a different one that won't try to fuck us and steal all of our money." So they were just kind of spinning their wheels for a while, trying to figure out what exactly they wanted to do in the long term.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I From the clips I have seen of like campaign 3, I would have enjoyed some of it because they got Robbie Daymond as a regular player, and I love him. He is great.
That's nice.
He, for voice roles, he is, I believe he is Akechi from Persona 5, and he
Yeah,
is Chai from Hi-Fi Rush, which is the best role he has had in the best game, and everyone should play Hi-Fi Rush.
it's a great game.
Just saying.
It is a great game.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I probably would have enjoyed some of it, but at that point, I was completely checked out, so it just wasn't going to happen. I continue to wish them every success, though. And they are fucking running with the like head start they got. And like I say, Dispatch is a game that has sold gangbusters. Good for them.
Well,
Is there anything else worth talking about?
uh, let's see. Um, my little nephew's saying more words, and he's quite a fun little guy.
Has he told you to fuck off yet?
Um, no,
Oh,
he 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 says "look" and tells me to look at things, and is getting much better at communicating and saying words. Very, very cute little guy. Very destructive as well, because he likes throwing things.
yeah, I was like that when I was little.
But I had a little pretend sword fight with him earlier with like little foam things, and he had a great time with that.
Oh,
So he just needs to know how to use his powers, not destroying property. Yeah, no, honestly, brain's not really braining too much right now, on terms of other things to talk about. You know, still teaching, still doing stuff,
yeah.
still DMing D&D, and still trying to invent new challenges to kill my players
Hmm.
because I, the power scaling in my game goes wild.
Hmm.
Um, Matt Mercer likes to make like very small changes in buffs because he has a very low magic setting.
Hmm.
Typically, it's how he does it. I have a very high magic setting, so things go pretty off the chart in terms of scaling stuff.
Hmm.
So
You are going to
it's
be
fun.
fucked tomorrow when you go to work if you keep on the napping.
You know what? It's fine because I'm only gonna get like 4 hours of sleep anyway.
Okay.
Well, maybe 6 or 7 hours. I don't get a full 8. I never get a full 8 anymore.
How about 6, 7?
I was trying not to. I was avoiding it. I was so. It's constant with the kids. They just keep saying it. They just keep saying it.
See,
I'm now when I'm taking
here,
lunch count. I'm now taking lunch count in my head so they don't all erupt into 6, 7
here's
every
the thing.
single day.
The internet will forget that. Like, might have already forgotten it. But these are little kids. Those kids are going to be saying that for months.
I'm anticipating it until winter break when we have 3 weeks off. When it comes back, I'm probably not going to hear it again.
I mean, you might be going to hear it again from a kid that is trying to keep it going, and then he gets bullied for, like, trying to keep it going when everyone's on the new meme.
We're already starting to see that happen,
Oh my
where
god.
it's they're like, okay, come on, it's not funny anymore, guys. Already, some of them are like, okay, this is getting kind of boring. We're
Yeah.
kind of done with it. I'm not the only one who's kind of done with it. Some of the kids are too.
We need to do Patreon.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Let me pull that up here. It's later in the month, so my brain doesn't always auto connect to this. Um, okay. Thank you to our patrons. Vale, Greek Guy, Rehitsy21, Ethan F, and the Crossbrain. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I've been burpy for this whole episode. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's an episode. I don't know.
That's an episode.
Yeah.
You being burped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the episode. You're infecting me. Okay. Discord and Patreon links in the description if you feel like it. You know, hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye,
I'm gonna
everybody.
go take a nap.
Yeah. No kidding.
All right. Bye.